Hello guys, we're currently in the middle of playing Throneandliberty, and as you can see, it's high action, impactful combat, and we're currently cheering on my character because I can't even do anything anyways, so we might as well give him moral support with the clown wig. So yeah, that was the auto battling feature beforehand, and now things have changed, and quite significantly so. So first of all, combat or auto combat in that sense was completely removed, which is obviously a good thing. But that also begs the question, what will they do in replacement of that? And they have answered some of it, but obviously a lot of content was kind of centered around that, and even the combat system had so many like little auto features that it's very hard for me to believe that just removing the auto combat fixes the game somehow. So one way to tackle that was to actually make the progression 10 times faster. So the leveling speed of which you go to max level is 10 times faster than before. So you need a 10th of the experience required beforehand, which again makes sense because, you know, beforehand they actually thought most players would probably have their PC on 24/7 to play this game, and obviously now that's not the case anymore. So it's a much more active gameplay experience. Although I will say this, we have seen some changes when it comes to moving while attacking, which has only really been shown on like 1 or 2 abilities and auto attacks mainly. So I would not really expect the combat system to feel a lot more smooth than before, basically. On top of that, obviously maybe we should mention that in the beginning, the game will release officially in Korea in exactly 1 month and 4 days from now, so the 7th of December. Which also means, newsflash, no global launch. Then again, I've never heard of a Korean MMO that had a global launch ever. So, I mean, it is what it is, but that's obviously a big bummer because if you've played any other Korean MMO beforehand, everyone else in the world is a second-hand citizen. Everyone else in the world gets the content much later, and therefore everything is already figured out. There's no exploration, there's no build making really or anything, because Korea will have figured it out already by the time we get it. So obviously pretty bad, but that was to be expected, to be honest. On top of that, to tackle the auto combat removal, they pushed a little bit of the end game features to more early and mid game, which I would assume is also available in end game, but just to fill out the content a little bit more, so it's not just grinding, and adding, well, a couple of systems on top of that, which also makes sense, right? And they have a full-on combat overhaul, but we haven't seen a whole lot. So I wouldn't really expect too much there. I will probably play the game myself in a month, and we'll let you guys know if anything significant has changed and if it's worth playing now. But, well, let's get into the monetization first, which is already a red flag for most people. First of all, their skins. Obviously in MMO, skins are, well, there's no MMO right now that doesn't have skins of some sort, paid skins that is, which I think MMORPGs is the only genre that really suffers from that kind of monetization, because then there's not a whole lot of visual progression anymore, which you know, walking into a town in an old MMO like WoW Classic and seeing someone with I don't know, high level gear or an epic mount or whatever, it's just a nice feeling and gives the world a little bit of authenticity, that if you achieve something specific, you will also look like you achieved that, right? So that is obviously a bummer, but again, to be expected. But those skins at least do not have any stats. So the skin for your character, which you can also dye, a skin for your pets, and a skin for your little morph thing, you know, if you're a wolf or if you're an otter or whatever, and a bird, right? So you get skins for that as well. On top of that, there's 2, not 1, 2 battle passes. One for growth, as in like whenever you level up you gain rewards, and the other one is just more like an event-based battle pass that has like tasks or challenges that you have to do. Both of them are paid, and both of them, as far as I understand it, have growth progression to it and cosmetic progression to it. So there's definitely pay to win in that, and there's definitely power progression in that. Although they said Obviously, they don't want to have it too pay to win, but you know, when the company says, "Oh well, guys, we don't want a lot of pay to win, but yeah, here's a little bit of pay." You know where this is going, okay? Like it's not a fucking mystery, okay? And to make things worse, which I think is the worst part, honestly, is they're adding a marketplace currency, so to the auction house essentially, which is called Lucent, a premium currency, which is used to monetize every transaction on that auction house in game. So I would assume it's something similar to Fions and Lost Ark, which is arguably one of the worst systems I've ever encountered in the game. So yeah, that sounds pretty fucking bad to me, if I'm being honest. So yeah, we'll see about that. Now, those are basically the main gists of the little update video they had. What do I think now? Do I think this is worth playing now? Do I think this makes it better, makes it worse? Well, obviously the auto combat removal is an upgrade, and hopefully the combat was changed significantly to accommodate for that, which I don't think happened, by the way. I think the combat's still gonna suck, but who knows? I think tap target combat can work if you do it properly, and if it has enough things to it. I love classic WoW combat, I love Guild Wars 2 combat, I love Arc Age combat. Although they're not like the top of the list, they're definitely decent and they can be very interesting. Now, do I think Throne will have that? No, not really. I think it's gonna feel pretty scuffed still from what we saw from the trailers, and it seems that it's like the way they described it almost sounded like they wanted to have it similar to like a turn-based game almost, where it's very just strategy based and it's not really about reaction time or mechanics or anything like that. So I think they want to keep that philosophy going, although it doesn't have auto combat anymore. And well, for me personally, the biggest bummer is the monetization is pretty bad, and I would assume it will get worse. By the way, the entire YouTube comment section of that video is bombarded with dislikes. I mean, I can show you this real quick. So as you can see right here, it has like 50-50 dislikes and like ratio, which is obviously not a great look on a new trailer of something. And we did go through all of these Korean comments down here to really like figure out what's going on. And most of these comments that were really angry, a lot of them were about NCSoft's monetization or NCSoft in general. So people are not very happy with the company right now. And that is mainly Koreans, right? This is a Korean trailer, and all of these comments are Korean after all. Most of them are Korean. So this is not the West saying, "Oh, we hate this so much," and everyone's like, "But Korea loves this." No, Korea doesn't love this either, and apparently they really don't like NCSoft. So yeah, will I play this? Yes, I'll probably try it out, depending on what will happen in the next few days, because there is a couple of MMO news happening. With BlizzCon being actually later today, and I genuinely think it might be pretty amazing if they announce Classic Plus personally. But yeah, anyways, I will try it out. I'll update you guys. If I will try it out, I'll obviously make a video about it and send you guys all of the changes. But overall, I wouldn't be too optimistic, although I do respect them for trying to fix the game a little bit, right? So in that sense, thanks for tuning in. Have a good one. I'll be live on Twitch later, as always, and I'll see you soon. Peace.